How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was in market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What did the big flower say to the little flower? Hi, bud, right? A flower bud. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. And one word that we have to say about this stock, it is being very consistent. I've said that before in previous videos, but this is good to see because it does show us there's a lot of support and there's a lot of buying. And there are many who are looking forward to this EUL news that we're going to be getting in October. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, or what are some levels that we want to look forward to going into tomorrow. And then afterwards, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information on Fintel. Are shorts still heavily vested in this play? Have they been decreasing their positions and so forth? We're going to find out. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to see, are institutions loading up on shares? Are they selling? Hey, are they not doing anything? We're going to figure that out as well. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more key details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.50, being down 0.66%. On the low, it tested $7.42, and then on the high, testing $7.65. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 5.703 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 17.027 million shares. So we could see we had well below average volume on the day, but we only were down 5 cents. So that is good to see. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, we remain consistent, being right at 50.67. When we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we continue to have strength above the 200-day, and we stay within this strict range. We are above the 50-day, but we're just like 2 cents below the 21-day EMA. So that's no issue whatsoever. But what we do see clearly is that we are staying in a very strong range. And this is why I was saying, if we end up getting this WHO approval, we'll be able to break out of this pattern and be able to make that move above $8. And then I want to see that move go into 9. And with that buying pressure, we could easily get to 10. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention as well, yesterday, remember, we tested $7.43 on the low. And now today we tested $7.42 on the low. So we could see here we have established some very strong area of support. So going into tomorrow, I want to see us being able to actually hold down this area and continue to make those strong pops. Unfortunately, on the day, we saw a high of $7.65. We saw a bigger high on the previous days. We've seen around the $7.70 range and so on. So I want to see us being able to get past that $7.65, getting to that 70 area. What I mean by that is around the $7.70 area, and then be able to make that move so we can start testing back into the 780s. So let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 250,000, updated 7 minutes ago. And for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 2.31%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of the 20th, it's at 54.31, and then the close for the 21st, it is at 47.03. So it has gone down from yesterday, so it'll be very interesting to see what it will be later on in the evening. But one thing we do know for sure, OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential, and as long as it's trading in this tight range and awaiting this WHO approval, I could see this actually continuing. So we just have to continue to be patient and see what the price action looks like as the days go on. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we could see on the inflow is at 8,102, and then on the outflow it was 8,791. 1. So again, it was a low volume kind of day for OCGN. When we take a look at the breakdown, it was 0 on the large. On the medium, it was at 4,542, and then on the small, it was 3,560. When we take a look at the outflow side, on the medium, it was at 5,298, and then on the small, it was at 3,493. So taking a look at the breakdown quickly, you could see we had a surplus when it came to small scale orders, so there was some buying on the retail side. But then when we look at the medium, this is where most of the outflows actually came from. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today it was 0. It was also 0 on the 21st and as well as the 20th. And you know what? There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We have already seen institutions have loaded up on shares in the past 5 trading days, and we've also seen them do that well before. So now what we have to look forward to is getting the information, getting the updates. So that's why I want to tell you guys right now, many are holding their positions. So due to the fact, even though we did have low volume on the day, the stock price barely moved. So that does say a lot. There's a lot of interest. There's still a lot of demand. And also when we took a look at the small scale orders, we could still see some buying going down on the retail side. And I'm pretty sure they want to look forward to seeing that catalyst come through just as much as I do, and just as much as many of you who are actually watching this channel. So let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more key details. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, I'm definitely impressed with the price action due to the fact we did have a Fed meeting and we already know the amount of volatility that presents. We held down the range that we have been trading in for quite some time, and even though we were red on the day, it wasn't by a huge difference. I think it was only off by some cents. So taking that into consideration tells you there is demand for shares. And also when we took a look at the order flow, we could see there's a good amount of purchasing on the retail side. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential, but we have seen a reduction in the short volume ratio. So that is something that is great to see, but it'll be very interesting to see when the numbers come out later on in the evening that are going to be the most updated. And like I always say, you can let us know inside the comment section as well, because I know many would love to see that. And then another point that I want to bring up, we had very low volume. So keeping that in mind, we can see as far as how the markets have been in September, low volume has been a continuous trend. So as soon as when that volume starts picking up, especially if we end up getting that EUL, I can see some very strong moves in price action. And this is why I always emphasize this and I talk about this. So even though we have the low volume, it's nothing to be frustrated about, because at the end of the day, OCGN has been very consistent, and I know it's doing a lot better than many people thought it would. Let's be real here. There were many who were coming to this channel saying, hey, this stock is overpriced. It should be down by $5. It should be at $6. It should even be worth around $2 to $3. They're not even going to be getting these catalysts that you guys are looking for. I know you guys have heard all of the FUD, and you've heard a lot of FUD in the media as well. But since we've been doing our homework and doing our due diligence, we have to have confidence in our position. And then on top of that, like I've said previously, making sure that we manage our risk the right way. So as far as how the rest of this week progresses, if we continue to trade in this range, I have no issues whatsoever. October is around the corner, so I'm just going to continue to be patient because we have been doing that for quite some time. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.